economic system in the history of the world, and it has brought about unmatched progress, but it's so efficient that it will kill the same people who make its existence possible if you don't control it. But the idea that you would want to hand over massive unchecked amounts of power to the same class of people who operate on a profit incentive, the idea that we'd be better off with a CEO king, the idea that big tech needs to stand up and take over to make sure we keep moving forward, I think it's important to remember that progress doesn't always mean progress for everyone. So yeah, Peter Thiel, his Dark Enlightenment friends, they have this plan to put not just tech, but everything into the hands of the same people for whom humanity itself has historically been an afterthought. I just don't hear that and think, great idea. But I think ultimately, it seems like Peter Thiel's thing was never really progress, liberty, or freedom. It has always been power and control. The tech and progress is just how he frames his method of accruing more control and influence. It's his route to power. He is someone who sees the world through this lens of violence and power and domination. Tech is how he gets there. But the good news is that Peter Thiel is just a kind of sociopathic freak who screams all this stuff into the void, right? I mean, tech founders, tech bros, they always have crazy ideas. So who really cares if Peter Thiel goes a little too far in addressing his concerns? Well, the problem is that when I said that Peter Thiel doesn't go found new companies after PayPal, that wasn't quite right. There is one. Founded in 2004, he called it Palantir, named after the magic seeing stone crystal ball in The Lord of the Rings that can see into the past, that while very useful, is simultaneously susceptible to corruption by evil. And the mission is to rebuild the American surveillance system. You see, in the wake of 9/11, it was revealed that essentially the guys who had carried out the attack were known to various American intelligence agencies, but there were dots that hadn't been connected on the back end, and that ultimately stopped the attack from being prevented. That's the official story. At the same time, the Patriot Act is passed, and basically what happens after 9/11 is that the sanctity of privacy for American citizens continues to get more and more eroded in the name of security. And so Peter Thiel looks at what's going on and he says, hey, a lot of those anti-fraud tools that we built at PayPal, catching bad transactions, stopping scammers, we may be able to repurpose those for preventing more crimes by watching people. And so over the next couple of years, Peter Thiel builds this mysterious Palantir platform where no one knows what it is and no one knows what they do. The only thing that people know is that they have contracts with the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the IDF, every branch of the military, and local police departments all over the Americas and Europe. Over time, it becomes a little more clear. Palantir combines data collected by intelligence agencies and militaries to make spying and warfare more effective. But the point of all of this that I'm telling you right now is that the natural conclusion of Peter Thiel's lifelong obsession with freedom was never really about freedom. He was never a libertarian. It was about his freedom, his liberty, his money, his innovations. In the end, Peter Thiel has done nothing but make the very same problems that he spent his whole life arguing over worse. In seeking out his vision of freedom, he built machines that take it away for everyone else. And so ultimately, what we're seeing here is that Peter Thiel's vision of the world isn't a futuristic thought experiment. It's really the oldest idea on Earth, power concentrating upwards. But now, thanks to his relationship with J.D. Vance and the MAGA movement, he sells it as a way to save humanity. But in reality, it's ultimately nothing